I have no idea what it is. Nate was asleep on the last one. I assume Nate is asleep on this one as well. So this is episode, I think, 48. I'd have to check. But let's go ahead and show off what's for lunch. How are you today, Andy?
Doing all right. Throat's not
Doing all
well.
right.
Throat's
So,
not
okay,
doing
so
too good though. Throat's not doing
Who?
too good though.
Oh, your
Yeah.
throat? Are you sick? Feeling sick, or is it just like probably just seasonal change
No, I
allergies,
don't
you
get
think?
allergies. I killed my voice cords yesterday because I was talking for about 2 hours straight or 2.5 hours straight without pretty much without rest. And
Oh, who were you
oh no,
talking
I
to?
was doing an audiobook.
Oh, really? You're doing an audiobook? What's the
I,
audiobook?
I received permission from someone to read their book aloud, and I posted on a
Oh,
channel,
nice.
so I was doing that, and I wanted to get it over with. So, but the thing is, the book's only about an hour read, but I fucked up on the first read, and I didn't record it. So
Oh,
yeah,
oh no.
so I had to redo the whole thing, and I was already basically at my wit's end after the first read, and I was like, oh my god. So
Oh,
yeah, my
jeez.
voice is kind of yes. So my throat's still hurting. It's not as bad now, thankfully, but
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, what's for lunch today is mac and cheese with some creamy mayonnaise chicken, a recipe of Lady Stone's, which is it's very creamy and delicious. Makes the chicken very, very moist.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, ironically, some of my best snow memories um come when I was about 5 years old and still living in Illinois. Um, because that's it's the north north of the country. That's where you're gonna get all the
I
snow.
guess that's true.
Yeah, because when we moved to Texas, like we almost never got snow. Like almost never.
Yeah.
If it did have any winter weather, it was ice. just just nothing but
Oh yeah,
ice.
that's true.
But mm, but one of my favorite snow memories was my uncle Eric. He's a bit of an eclectic guy, and no joke, when we were kids, we made a snow stegosaurus in his backyard. I'd have to find the picture as proof, but no joke, yes, it was a snow stegosaurus.
Hmm. Wow, that's kind of amusing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We mostly helped by just rolling the balls for him, but he was the one who shaped them. It was really, really cool. Um, but after that, with like Texas, we were amazed by like 3 inches of snow whenever we got it in Texas.
Hmm.
It was just like, oh my god, 3 inches of snow. And because Dallas doesn't have any infrastructure, let's just shut everything down. Because Dallas, because it never expects very much snow every year, like they don't have the infrastructure to like have anything running if there's more than 3 inches of snow or
That
anything.
seems kind of bad.
Well, I mean, admittedly, you're Central Texas. Are you really going to expect any snow every year?
Hmm. I guess not.
This is why, yeah, this is why there was that big freak out during the quote unquote winter storm that lasted about a week for Texas. It was the most snowfall and cold weather Texas had gotten in like 100 years.
Hmm.
So everyone was freaking out about it. And it's like, bro, this is like Tuesday in December for you know any state like north of um of Tennessee or Kentucky.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like we just didn't have the infrastructure to actually handle anything. Um, But it went away, sure enough. And I do actually have a picture of. I'd have to really search for it, but in our old apartment complex, the fountain just outside our place got frozen, and that was really cool. It was just, yeah, it was just this cone of water that had just frozen.
Actually, a year before you came down here, how old are you?
I was 4 or 5 when we first moved to Texas.
So, well, you said 5 when you lived in Peoria, whatever.
Peoria, yeah.
Oh,
I might have been 4. I can't quite remember fully.
so a year before you came here, we actually had a huge winter storm,
Right.
and we had a good couple of inches where it was just powdery snow.
Right.
And I remember that really well because of how we got to actually build a snowman
Mm-hmm.
and how the roads were iced over.
Right.
And my mom was teaching us how to skate in our shoes on the ice.
Yeah. It's always interesting because, like, there was also another really bad storm in Texas where it didn't snow, but it did get, like, blanket Dallas in, like, a 3-inch thick sheet of ice. I think it was actually about 10 years ago, if I'm remembering correctly. It actually was about 10 years ago. And the ice was so thick, like, on grass, you could, like, slide around like you were skating on a skating rink. It was crazy.
Wow.
Early 20s where we just had a foot of snow
Mm-hmm.
because everything was shut down. Like, I didn't work, my brother didn't work, my mom couldn't work, so we were just like, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, some people force their employees to work.
Yeah.
So my brother went to the movies, and he paid for a ticket, and the guy goes, if you want to stay here all day and play movies, we have to play them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He says, don't worry about the security guard. He's a fat fuck who gets free snacks anyway.
That's amazing.
And so my brother basically got to spend a whole day at the movie theater.
But Andy, what are some of your best snow memories?
I don't really have that many. We don't get that much snow where I'm at.
Really? I thought you said you
do.
lived in Washington.
But we don't get that much snow. We get a little bit of snow every year, but it's not much, and it mostly just like, you know, it can be fun for a little bit. You know, it can be nice to see the snow falling, but then when you realize, oh, it's actually gonna fuck up, you know, the roads and make living much more difficult because of having to worry about the roads and stuff, and places not being open. Yeah, that's not fun.
No. I guess, like, in the Pacific Northwest, it's you guys more or less get like sleet, yeah, rather than snow.
What seats?
Sleet is like a very icy snow. It's like it's basically it because it's so wet, it turns everything into ice almost.
Yeah, basically, yeah, you're right.
I figured you guys get a lot of rainfall, and it gets colder. That just turns into sleet.
Basically.
Yeah,
makes the roads all icy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's never fun to deal with. But interestingly enough, the best kind of snow days are when it really piles up. And oddly, you experienced your first, I think, snowfall of more than about a foot, right?
And it's powdery.
Yeah, powdery last year here, because I think last year we got what, like 14 inches?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, last year, our first year here, and when we got Morocco, it was his first snow day too. So he was so cute. And we took him outside, and he was literally jumping from pile to pile of snow. You see this little black fluff just jumping from little white piles of snow.
Yeah, he was too tiny. He couldn't really walk in it.
Yeah, so you had to jump over it.
That's adorable.
Yeah, but it was really interesting because, like, Wichita here is not like probably northern Kansas where the snowfall is even greater every year, but we do have the infrastructure for it. So there were snow plows and salt trucks out. So
Sand.
sand and salt trucks. I think it's throughout a mixture of like sand and salt. Basically, it's to de-ice the road effectively.
Right, but I think it's mostly sand.
Yeah, it's mostly sand.
Mostly up north is where they use salt.
Yeah, but after the snowplows come in, you just see these piles of snow. While it's still freezing out, they stay there for a few days, and then even as the weather starts warming up and it stops snowing, those piles stayed there for about 2 weeks, and it was crazy. Not sure if we'll get any snow this season. Let me check the weather.
You know what would be an awesome snow thing to go through?
What?
If you and a girl are just like trapped in like, I don't know, next to a fireplace or in an igloo or something. And then
Oh, that's the ultimate.
yeah,
romantic
and
thing.
then you guys want to warm up.
I'm sorry, but fires make me like hot and sweaty, and I do not want to be touched when I'm hot.
You know where I'm going
I mean,
with this?
that is yeah, I get where you're going, making love down by the fire. As a chef would say from South Park.
Yeah.
I want to make
Woman, lay you down by the fire.
yeah, but like during the summer when Dave tries to get all cuddly, I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
if you touch me again, I am slicing off your finger and shoving it up your nose.
And I do not take those threats lightly. But yeah,
Of
if you're
course, it's funny because I like to keep the apartment cold at night because it helps me sleep better.
Mhm.
And since Dave stays up later than I do, he'll be like freezing. But once he gets under the covers with me, he goes, "It's cold in this apartment. How are you warm?"
Mhm.
Because this does not make any sense.
It's because you're a furnace, my love.
So are you.
And in some respects, yeah. I mean, I'm a furnace compared to most people, but that makes you, I don't know, Tartarus compared to me.
And I just wear a sweater and go outside while it's snowing, going, "I'm fine," and you're going, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, here I am, bundled up. I got my gloves on, my hat on.
Your a face mask on.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going,
But my dad also tries to take us snowboarding every year. And officially, my stepmom is done with skiing, so the next time he takes us, it's just going to be me, him, and my brother, and we're just going to tear up the slopes until he's done, because, he's old.
"He's not going to take his wife."
Wendy doesn't want to go.
Yeah, but you can still go to Colorado and kind of start shopping around and enjoy some hot cocoa with the snow.
She doesn't really have any friends in Colorado, so she doesn't really want to do that either.
I mean, if I could take Morocco, I'd go with her.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell Dad that, or we can talk about it with him on Christmas Eve.
Be like, "I'll take you shopping, Wendy.
Yeah.
In fact, let's go in the woods, see if we can spot owls."
Mm-hmm. Wendy does love owls.
Andy, you remind me of an Aardman animation called Angry Kid.
What? How does he remind you of Angry Kid?
He just does, kind of like how just mischievous and ornery and kind of dumb. It's like Andy is Angry Kid, but I don't know why he's called Angry Kid because what he does isn't angry. It's just him being a kid.
Yeah. Have you seen Angry Kid, Andy? It's by the same guy who made
Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, did you ever watch any
Never heard
Wallace
of
and
that one
Gromit?
either.
What?
Oh my god.
So, let me see if I can put it in other pictures.
Is that like a recent show or something?
Oh no, it came out like 90s, yeah, but it was like one of the first claymation shows.
Oh,
But Wallace and Gromit.
I hate claymation
yeah,
so
here,
much.
let me,
I hate claymation with a passion. It's so ugly and disgusting.
Oh, bugger, because I think you would like Angry Kid, though.
Yeah,
I know
Angry
it's
Kid.
claymation, but it's the face is claymation,
Uh-huh.
while it's this guy basically doing the body.
Mhm. But you see it in
Hold
other
on, I'm
pictures,
looking.
Andy?
Other pictures. Where is that one again? Okay.
I'll
Oh,
tell
I
you.
see it. My bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you see
see it. Yeah. It's the dude. That looks like a rape face. That dude on the left looks like he's about to rape somebody. Like, look at that.
Wallace would be like,
Like,
what?
what the fuck?
What
Hey,
the
yo.
frick? What are you giving him about, mate?
Yeah, but he needs to watch Angry Kid. Even like I said, the face is claymation, but it's still funny. Where
Yeah. I accidentally scraped my plate. You okay?
you want me to shut up? Just say it.
No, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. You alright?
He's like, shut up, woman. Get back in the kitchen.
Well, how do you scrape?
Make me a sandwich.
How do you scrape the fork?
I don't know.
It's not that fucking hard to eat without scraping the fucking fork.
Sorry, I'm trying not to.
How?
I don't know.
You know, I'm just going to chop up your food for you, so that way you don't scrape the fucking plate.
Oh yeah, I heard a funny joke in a YouTube video that reminds me. Some guy goes up to it's just some girls in the park, and he's like, "Are you girls lost?" And they're like, "No." And he's like, "I think you are, because the kitchen's not out here." The kitchen's not out here. That was funny.
Sadly, if I would turn it around on them.
Turn it around.
Well, I don't know if I should say because you might get canceled.
No, well, let's see. What is it?
As a black guy, I'd be like,
Okay, well, no, okay, no, we can't go there.
I told you.
I can predict what you're gonna say anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know why you go, oh, no, let's hear it. And the minute I start, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay, well, if it starts with, if it was a black guy.
Well, let's see. If it was a white dude, I'd be like, well, why don't you go home to your mommy? Oh, wait, she's probably dead. She shot herself because of you.
What starts with it?
I'm adopted.
Oh yeah.
I'm adopted. Oh, no wonder. Your original parents didn't want you.
Oh yeah. By the way, you know Tigger from Winnie the Pooh?
How do you like this, Kyo? This Vulcan can fire a concentrated beam of energy straight from its reactor core. I call it the M2 cannon. Superb, isn't it? Do you understand now? If we work together to further magic science, there is nothing that can stand in our way. Now, come with me, Kyo. Kyo!
Sashi!
Whoa!
Shield?
Megumi?
Guys?
Umakon! Take Kyo to a safe place! Go! Shootaroo!
Thanks for finally coming.
Sorry we're late.
What is that thing?
It's a huge.
I'll explain later, but right now we have to get rid of it.
Let's go, Tia.
More power!
Giga Lasso Sheet!